sausage rolls. Have you eaten them?
I've not, but it's meant to be a monster hit for that bakery chain.
Yeah, it's got a strong backbone. Come on, carry on.
Unidentified object in the baggage area. Abolish the
Hello, and welcome back to Everything's Fine, except clearly everything is not fine. I am not Alex, your usual host, although I wouldn't blame you if you couldn't tell. The only real difference between us is I have shorter hair than Alex. The Untitled.mov crew and I have taken over YSTV's flagship news show, where normally they talk about all things that are current and maybe even some affairs. Except, I don't really want to do that. Instead, we're going to talk about computers. Now, my first order of business as host of Everything's Fine is I want to talk about Elon Musk. To be honest, I'm surprised no one has talked about him on this show yet, because I feel like he's quite the gold mine with all the crazy shit he does, or might be more apt to say an emerald mine. Anyway, have you heard that he wants to create a rival to Gmail called Xmail? This is the latest in a long line of companies with X in the title, from SpaceX to X Corp to XAI and now Xmail. To be fair, of all his X's, I'm just glad he's focusing on them and not Grimes. Now, we were given free rein this week to make whatever skits we wanted, as long as they were technical or computer themed. Now, this was probably a mistake, as it may or may not have taken us maybe 2 hours to set up a green screen last night. But that's okay. Let's have a look at the video we made for a parody of those old Mac versus PC adverts.
Hi, I'm a Mac.
Hi, I'm a Windows.
You all right there?
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just getting over something in 95 days. It's been a bit of a time.
Nothing's changed there then.
No, not really. How's everything in the world of Mac? How's that going for you?
Things are going great. We just completed the transition to Apple Silicon. Our hardware's never been better. We rolled out a system-level redesign with macOS Big Sur. Yeah, things are pretty good.
Good. I'm
How
very
about
glad to
you?
hear.
Any new OS updates?
Well, funny you say that. Yes, actually. We've had a great selection of OSs recently. Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1, 10 and 11. What a
Hang on.
great selection.
What happened to 9?
Well, you see.
Oh no. Not this again. We've lost him. PC?
Yeah.
PC. Oh, hang on.
Sorry about that.
Who are you?
I'm Ubuntu. You not heard of me?
No, I haven't. I kind of thought we were the only two desktop operating systems around.
Well, clearly not. And clearly some of us don't need to restart every time we update.
Oh, he's...
Hi, we're getting things ready for you. We'll be back with you in just one moment.
Thank you very much for that.
Not again.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Windows.
Oh?
I'm Arch, by the way.
I'm so confused. What is going on?
Inferior operating systems. Oh.
They just do their own thing.
We're getting Windows personalised for you. We will be with you in one moment.
Yes, you've said that already. Thank you.
Oh, guys! I just did an update.
Hang on.
My Bluetooth's not working. I did another update. It's working now. It's fine.
Right, I don't know who all you lot... And who's that?
Oh, that's my friend NextOS. Please excuse them, they're having a bit of a moment.
Oh, I missed when it was just me and PC. PC?
Hi, welcome back to Windows. Good morning.
Good morning.
Guys, my desktop environment has uninstalled itself.
Screw this. I'm out of here.
Let's have a look at that.
Clearly not for business. Not my party.
The ThinkPad's died.
Yeah, I've got no clue.
The producers also want to say a special thank you to the technical and computing team, as not only have they been made fun of for quite a bit of the content this season, but they were literally cornered after tech meeting yesterday and made to film that VT. Now, in the studio with me is a couple members of those very teams. With me, I have the former Deputy Computing Director, former Computing Director, and current Deputy Computing Director, Liam Bernand.
Thank you for introducing me. You're the, former Production,
Former
presentation,
former
something
something on production
no one cares.
Duck past.
No one cares.
And with both of us, we have Corey, who is Assistant Head of Computing at ULY.
Yeah.
I don't have anything funny to introduce you with.
No, I'm just sort of, yeah.
No, it's just not funny. That's all.
Corey, trying to Dockerize Time Lord since today. Anyway, the reason that they have been forced into the studio alongside me today is we're going to act as a tech and computing hotline. So, earlier today, you, the viewers at home, sent in your questions and issues on our Wise TV Instagram, and we're going to go ahead and solve them live on air. So, would you like to hear the first thing that we've been sent?
Go for it.
So, the first question was, where can I download more RAM?
Now, for that one, you need to go to one very, very particular website.
It's a very important URL. We all have it memorized.
It's a very, very important URL. It's pornhub.com.
Okay, it's not that one. No. It is actually downloadmoreram.com.
Yes, it is.
www.untitled.mov.
No, it's un.titled.mov. Because the untitled.mov domain had already been bought, and it was quite spenny to purchase it. But anyway, where I would personally download more RAM is if you mount Google Drive onto your Linux computer and then mount Google Drive as swap, you've essentially downloaded more RAM. Am I wrong?
I hate that would actually technically work. Don't do it.
It wouldn't.
Sure.
I've been informed. I've been informed it probably wouldn't work because caching, and that's as far as I know.
Yeah, probably not.
But anyway, should we move on to our next submission?
Maybe.
So next up is, this is quite an important one. I've often struggled with this issue, actually. It's for those that play a lot of video games.
Okay.
So they have asked, where is the any key on my keyboard? So do either of you have suggestions?
Any key?
The any. So you know when you're opening a video game, it says press any key to start.
Oh, yeah.
They're asking, where is that key?
Right below spacebar.
No. It's not even that. You actually have to turn the keyboard upside down.
So, upside down?
Yes, just like that.
Yep.
And then you mash the entire keyboard all at once.
I would attempt that, but...
you have a laptop, so good luck.
Yeah, it wouldn't quite work.
No.
Alternatively, you could get a cinder block and just place it on the keyboard.
That would also work.
I thought the any key was down the hall and to the left with a right. Once you reach the gnomes, you've gone too far.
No, that was on Windows 8.
Was that Windows 8? I see.
Yeah, no, on Windows 8.1, they actually had to change it, so you took a left, another left, a right, down the stairs, and then a right.
In Windows 10, they added keycard access as well.
Yeah, they did.
But
I think on Mac it's underwater.
Yes. Mac, you need a diving suit, I've heard.
And in Linux, you have to build it yourself.
Yes, obviously. Although, moving on to our next question is, why does my graphics card taste funny? Now, I personally think it could be one of two things. The first one is if you store your graphics card in a cardboard container previously used for breadsticks, it will unfortunately make the graphics card taste slightly odd.
A graphics card tasting funny could also be a symptom of you needing to wash your graphics card. Usually I find soapy water is the best. Just give it a bit of
I find...
salty soapy water.
Yeah, I was going to say, I find you need to add salt.
Yeah.
And do you know, I've seen online, some people recommend adding a bit of paprika as well.
Ooh.
Just only a dash.
Yeah.
But mix it in.
Alternatively, has the magic smoke been released? Because if it has, then yes, you're definitely going to get a funny taste with that.
Yes, and I always find that taking the fans out helps.
Yeah.
Because they just waft the taste away.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and so yeah, I would recommend cooking instructions on your graphics card. 2 minutes one side, 1 minute the other side. Make sure it's cooked thoroughly.
And then let it rest for 5 minutes.
And rest for 5 minutes.
Who knew the G in GTX was gourmet?
Well, exactly.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on. We're on more of the topic of heating things up. We've been asked, I left my straighteners on and my house caught fire. Any tips? So I assume here they mean hair straighteners.
Leave it on a non-flammable surface.
Yeah,
buy a new house.
I mean, personally, I would install a smart plug.
Yes.
Because
and then turn it off remotely.
Then if you're outside, having a piss in the back garden,
yeah,
and you see, oh shit, that's my bedroom on fire.
Yes.
You can go, well, problem solved.
Let me just turn it off.
I'll just turn it off remotely.
There we go.
And then
just solves all the
then it would, the fire would just turn off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a smart fire. You can just turn it off immediately.
Exactly. So that seems like that problem solved. Next up, this one's very relevant for us because we recently cleaned out a computer actually.
Did we?
Oh, actually, it was quite a while ago. My memory's a bit hazy.
I've
But
cleaned out many
how much
computers in my-
air is needed to clean a computer?
Yes.
Yes.
You see, I was going to say at least 1.
4,512 molecules.
Oh, my laptop just made a noise. That's less than ideal.
It must be at least 3 gluons.
At least 3 gluons.
2.5 quarts.
You see, we're getting different answers here because I still think it's 1, at least 1.
No. It's 3 gluons.
I see. Well,
Because what happens if you have 3 gluons and 3... what's the other one called again? Brain went.
there are many things you could be talking about.
Last time I put
there
glue
are
on my
quite a
computer, it
few
didn't end
fundamental
well.
particles.
Yeah, fundamentals.
There are quite a few of them.
Good.
Well,
Okay.
let's bring it back to tech and
Yes.
computing and not physics,
got it.
because then I'm
not
going to cry
quantum-
in degree.
Not quantum physics anymore.
How do you make clips from 2006 look less shit?
Film them again.
What I would suggest is to retape over them, assuming they're VHS.
Yeah, they're
retape over them
probably.
with Smash Mouth.
no, they're Betamax. They're Betamax.
Oh well, whatever. Go over the clip with Smash Mouth's. I've forgotten the name of the song.
All Star.
All Star. That's the one. Because that video, that's how you make any 2006 video look good. Just replace it with that.
Yeah.
So that's our top tip for the day. And finally, how do I stop computing from abstaining in every vote?
You don't.
Pseudo vote on this election.
I was going to say you need to have pseudo privileges, but unfortunately,
yeah, sorry.
computing won't
That's
give
only
that to you.
computing that can do that.
So yeah,
No,
unfortunately.
it's pseudo vote abstain.
Yeah, that's one of the things. You got to have pseudo access. It's
Yes.
just not possible.
No.
Anyway, next up we have live footage of a new rule that we brought in the Wives TV Constitution. Did you both see the new rule put in our Constitution? Well, let me just remind you.
I don't read the Constitution.
Well, I see. Every time, the new rule, every time I rant about why I hate Apple products, I must provide entertainment to keep my captive audience focused. So let's have a quick look. One of them being, the Spotlight search is absolutely atrocious. Right? I have it from a MacBook nerd that they had to install a separate program just to get that bloody thing to work. You know, you want to go, the only reason you'd ever use a MacBook, QLab, you press the fucking command, but why it's a different button. I know you don't want a Windows key, but why is it all going to be remapped? That's stupid, first of all. Also, and then you press it, and then you press your spacebar. You get your bloody search up, because it's the only way to search for things. And then you have to, you can't, it's the only way to search your apps. And then you fucking type in, I don't know, I want QLab. Let me type in QLAB, and then fucking, it Googles QLab. You have QLab installed on your MacBook, but it just Googles it. And why? Why? Why would you fucking... No one ever who has wanted to Google something has opened Spotlight search. They've opened Google Chrome and typed it in the fucking search bar. Also, Mac OS. Why the fuck is some things transfer from Windows? Control, right? I don't know. Say you want to make a new fucking tab. It's no longer Control-T. It's Command. Why? Why couldn't you just have that? The same. Why does it need to be a new button? It's not fucking Windows T on Windows. Also, why is everything on a MacBook that is locked down locked? I get that if you are the admin of a computer, you don't want them changing some settings. But why? Why can I not change the date and time on my account? That is dumb. It wouldn't let me access the internet. I had to get an admin password for this bloody Mac just to access the fucking internet. Oh, and it also locks down shit like, you can't open this program that's already been installed, that already needed admin to be installed, but no, you can't run it because you need admin. Why does everything lock down? That's fucking dumb. Also, keyboard shortcuts, power users. There must be a Mac power user, but no. You want to open, an app with a keyboard, you got to install a program. You want to fucking, move windows about on your screen? Install a program. That's not there by default. Why the fuck? Fuck knows. The only reason to ever use Mac OS is QLab, or if you have the MacBooks, the hardware, really nice. The software, the fucking OS, shit as fuck. that's all we have time for this episode, unfortunately. Hopefully you enjoyed how this episode is 90% me and myself. I know I sure did. Now, don't worry if you didn't understand any of the computer jokes. Neither did our producers. They just smiled and hoped they were funny. I think they were. Unfortunately, Alex will be back as your usual host next episode, but don't worry because I'll be back on your screen soon enough for a regular episode of Untitled.mov this evening, including a very exciting announcement. Now, if I can leave one message with all of you, let it be that Elon Musk is at least 2 years away from taking over the galaxy. And even then, climate change will probably get to us first. So relax, because everything's fine. Well, after my meeting, I'm doing some dodgy things involving a server and some internet. Yes, that's exactly what I would consider kinky. Just sleep on the plane. An hour's plenty of time to sleep. It's Ireland. Once you get there, just go to sleep. You won't miss much. Right, I've got to go. I'm hosting a meeting. Okay, bye-bye, dear. Bye. Love you. Bye. That's nice. Bye. Right,